Compass FM. We're coming in a wee bit early. Normally it's around 8:45 on a Thursday morning, but Robyn, we had a couple of small songs. We're managing editor of the North Canterbury News. Morning, Robyn, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Issue number 932. I keep saying those numbers because they are quite impressive numbers, aren't they? They really are.
Yeah, climbing up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, on the front page of today's edition, or today's issue, brand new, hot off the press, police allay some crime worries. David has put pen to paper and come up with this front page story.
Yes, yeah. He went and had a chat with Inspector Peter Cooper, who's the Rural Canterbury Area Police Commander. And there's been quite a lot of it on social media, people concerned about crime in their towns and kind of point the finger at the police for not doing anything, and and so it grows as social media tends to allow. So Peter is saying that Huranui and Waimakariri actually have some of the lowest crime rates in the country, and that perception can be quite real, and if there's a bit of nonsense going on in the street or something like that, but he thinks it's one of the safest places to live, and feel safe because you are being looked after, and please contact police if you've got issues over things that are happening rather than
going on Facebook
and where it sometimes just sort of gets out of control slightly.
Absolutely. 111 if it's really, really important. If something is happening right now, 111. If something has happened, 105.
Yep.
That's
105, and that's great, that number, because you do get to have your say, really, and so just do it. So that's good to hear that they're quite happy that things are pretty safe out there. So as you say, 111 if you've got any worries.
Yeah, absolutely, 111. Now Shelley put together a story and an amazing photo. She can if Shelley took that photo, she can do an amazing photo too. It's a wonderful 1914 Ford Model T. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's Bill Woodhouse of Rangiora. It's his baby, and he was one of the cars that went in the Rangiora RSA trek to the Lowburn Reserve. It's an annual thing that the RSA does to raise funds for the Breast Cancer Foundation, and quite a number of cars turned up, and even a Lands bulldozer tractor, and it was quite good fun. Excuse me. Quite good fun for everybody.
You just did something that I was about to do, reading the news at 8 o'clock this morning. Halfway through the news, I wanted to sneeze. That's not a good place to be, Robyn, is it?
There's all this nor'west out there. Getting up my nose.
Absolutely. So that's on the front.
Got blown away last night. I don't know about the rest of North Canterbury.
It's part of the season, isn't it? So that's a wonderful story on page one. Page two. Now, this is one that's caused a wee bit of angst around North Canterbury. Is a proposed quarry in the Rangiora Racecourse.
Yes.
You put the story together.
Yes, it did, and it's just really an update of where that's at. So the hearing is set for March, and it'll run through into April because there's so many submissions, and it is such a big, people are very concerned about this quarry in the racecourse, which is, of course, quite near to some houses. So that's just an update there for people to have a wee read of. At the moment, it's all set to go, and it will only be pushed out if there's some special circumstances, or if the company decides to withdraw it or put it on hold. But there is no indication of that at this moment that will happen. So, people will be looking forward to getting that behind them, because it's actually been hanging over their head. And if they want to sell property of that, of course, people will have to be told that there is a proposal for a quarry over the back fence, really, and it's not that flash.
Absolutely, a big hole in the ground. Unless it's a gold mine and you own some land on the property, then it's not a very good one at all. The public meeting for the tyre fire in Amberley is on tonight, 6 o'clock. I would imagine you have a reporter down there tonight.
Yeah. I went up there on Monday and had a chat to Angelique, and there is no smoke, and it's all buried, and there is a bit of a birdy smell, but that's probably more to do with the old buildings and a few trees that got singed in the process. But the site is all tidied up, and there's not a whiff of smoke anywhere. So that stage of the remediation has started. Eventually, when that cools, all that great big pile of dirt in front of her there in the picture will be covered to keep out any torrential rain.
Yes.
And eventually will be taken away to possibly the Cape Valley landfill or something very similar.
Okay.
So that whole big pile will be gone, and it covers a huge area. It's going to be a cheap operation.
160,000 tyres. knows? That's a lot of time. Well, there's not 160,000 now because a hell of a lot of them.
No.
Did I actually said that out loud? Quite a lot of them were burnt there, of course. Anyway, issue number 932, North Canterbury News. It's fresh. It's like a freshly baked loaf of bread, and it's out today. Robyn, we'll catch up with you again next Thursday. Thanks for coming on Compass FM.
Thank you so much.
Compass FM.